All right, I'm live. Hi, guys. Hey,
Sweet.
chat.
Good morning, everyone.
I'm gonna go get my coffee and then I'm gonna go in.
Okay.
Oh my god. I
All
need a
right.
keyboard. There you go.
So, what have you got going on this morning, X-Ray? I see lots of plastic bits.
Oh, yeah, I need to pull those
Wow.
up.
Are you calling me plastic? No, I'm kidding.
No, no,
Oh!
no.
It's like mostly done. And then I don't know what I'm gonna do afterwards because I realized I found a bunch of stuff that I lost. A bunch of Warhammer. So I could start
Ooh.
working on that. I have two things.
Oh, you're doing a Gundam?
Mm-hmm. I bought these just because of the way they looked, and I want to. One is called the Demons of Chinch.
Excuse you? No.
That's
I don't know. It's like
Yeah.
Czeentch. Chinched.
Oh, Zinch. Yes,
Oh,
yes,
sorry. I don't know how to pronounce it.
yes.
And Warhammer Age of Sigmar Lady Annika, the Thirsting Blade, which sounds very much like me.
Ooh.
She
I
looks
mean,
cool.
she is a thirst trap, so.
Is she? Is she more than Slanesh? Like that's like ultimate thirst trap.
Yeah, that's true. But how cool! Those look awesome. Yeah, I'd love for you to put those together and paint them on here. That'd be rad.
Let's see. I don't even know where I was in terms of.
Your Gundam.
Yeah. Oh, we can put wings on him. Let's do it.
Ooh. I need to tweet. I haven't tweeted. Hi, Victor.
Oh,
Good
I
morning.
am horrible with that. Oh, I'm the worst. I don't tweet anymore. What's Twitter? It's actually called X now. Gosh.
I
Nah,
put
it's
my
still
little.
tweet.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, it's a tweet. I twit-twatted this morning.
You twit-twatted? What did you twit-twat?
I said, grab your coffee and come join us this morning. And if you guys are working on any projects, let us know in the comment section below.
Ah. I love
That's a
that.
good tweet.
Yeah, because it's fun to see what other people are working on. Especially if we're trying to get Disbrew to build that, Sauron's tower with Steph.
Disbrew will not bring it.
Well, then
He
he has to
won't.
bring it home too.
He's like, I'd have to clean. I don't want to clean. Like, come on, Disbrew.
Oh my gosh.
You know what? Maybe we should just go visit Disbrew and then
Help him build
like
it.
build it. Yeah.
It sounds wonderful.
I
That
will
way he
find his
doesn't have a
desk milk.
choice.
I will like be his little caretaker and make sure he has a glass of milk that's fresh and cold instead of leaving his gross desk milk. I think it's so
Ew.
like I don't like warm milk.
Yeah, his
so-
desk milk. Oh my
yeah,
gosh, I totally
I won't allow
forgot about-
him.
I totally
He
forgot
drinks
about his
he
desk
just
milk.
drinks like straight milk?
No, because he's too lazy, or he, as he calls it, efficient, most likely, that he leaves the milk of a carton of milk by his desk and drinks from it instead of like going to get a glass from the fridge every time he like finishes his glass.
Yeah, so it's like
That's
warm.
It's disgusting.
that's
I'm
wild.
sorry. Disgusting.
That's,
But I've
Okay,
told
I
him
have
my thoughts,
posted.
so.
I have done my due diligence. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes.
Good morning.
That's gross, though.
Good morning. It is gross. Like milk is not meant to be warm.
No,
don't
it's
think.
not. Not unless you're
I've-
like steaming
From the
it to put
breast.
in your coffee.
Or from the breast for a baby.
Oh,
And I'm saying
I
specifically baby
guess.
because
Baby.
yeah, that. I will judge you as an adult drinking breast from a milk.
Rest from a milk.
20 by 24.
It's
So
early,
X-ray.
everyone.
This puzzle's actually
It is
20 by
very
27. This is going to be a big boy.
Oh my god.
Whoa,
I
that's
feel
like
so
poster
retarded.
size.
Oh my god. That's taking over your whole desk.
It's
Good luck
taking
with
up a
that.
good chunk of my desk. I tweeted it.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
I tweeted a kind of behind the scenes picture. That way you can see my setup.
Okay, I'm gonna have to, after I cut these pieces out, I'm gonna go adventure on the internets and take a look.
Yeah, guys,
I've been
go
avoiding
retweet
Twitter.
my tweet for me, please. Do it.
Yeah,
would-
chat. If you guys, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying I would appreciate it. I'm not awake this morning. I even went to bed earlier than normal, and I'm still not awake.
Me
That's
too. Okay, I see Max's tweet.
I think I might need to just stand for this puzzle.
Oh my god. Yeah, your desk is just all different now. Oh my god. I do like the background of your computer though.
Yeah, chat. If you guys,
After we had that conversation.
if you guys want, go check out. So I've got X-Ray Girl's stream up. She's doing Gundams and Warhammer, and then Kara. Oh my goodness, yeah. That really does take up your. I've got Kara's
All
stream up in the
does.
corner, so you guys can see. You've almost got the entire frame put out, which is nice.
Almost.
And then we've also got Steph here. And Steph, what are you working on this morning?
I'm still working on that bonsai tree.
Ooh, bonsai.
Bonsai.
Very nice. And then I do want to give a shout out to Josh.
Hi, Josh.
He celebrates 25 months of a membership. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, man. He
I
says,
like that his
Kara,
member
sending-
message is to me, though.
That's true. He's like, Kara, sending you extra special big hugs. I've thought about you quite a bit lately. Also, good morning, Max, X-Ray, and Steph. I love Sundays.
Good
with
morning.
my
Wargamer Girl's in your
friends."
chat.
Aw.
Girl, just join the
He
Discord.
is.
I thought we gave permissions.
You
Is
should
it not
have
working?
permission to join the Discord. We're in the painting voice channel.
Yeah. You should see our little bubbles. If not, drop it in his chat so I know.
Yes.
Or we know.
Yeah, we don't do it through like
And-
StreamYards or anything. So it's all just through Discord. We're lazy.
Well, and Discord's the easiest way to talk to anyone realistically.
Yes.
Oh, she messaged me actually.
Oh, okay, cool.
She doesn't know which channel. Maybe if I send like a direct invite to her,
It should be showing. She has the painting buddies
just in
role.
case.
Does she,
Are you a boomer like me, Wargamer Girl?
I'm gonna look and see what roles are required for this one.
Because I just sent her an invite. I don't know if that would help. Edit channel.
Who can access this channel? Let me see. We'll do.
I'm just gonna do her directly,
Okay, I
just in case.
gave her the role. I went into the painting one and gave her a role that should let her get in
Okay.
here.
Do you see us yet?
Yeah, Miranda, it'll be like on the left hand. Oh,
There you go.
Here's someone.
Yay!
now we're talking.
It's working.
I fucked it up, but now it's working.
Owie.
Yay, all is well.
Good
Yay!
morning.
No,
Good
no,
morning.
not you.
Yeah, I do. Thank you.
Well, thanks for coming to hang out with us, Miranda. We were hoping that we'd be able to get you on one of these days, and so we're super glad for you to join us. What are you working on this morning?
I have got myself a little Torox Prime for the Astra Militarum. I picked it up secondhand and it got reprimed last night, so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I played a 1,000-point game with my Templars against some Death Corps of Krieg last night, and that was a ton of fun.
That sounds so
But-
fucking nerdy.
I was about to say, y'all are so adorable.
It went straight over my
I-
head.
I played by 1,000 points on the tabletop with
Keep
A
going. Keep
1,000
going.
points. That's so Bush League. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I'm a total noob. Like Miranda's playing like 2,000, 5,000 point games. She's crushing it.
Yeah, I
Damn.
even got my butt kicked in a tournament last month. It was really exciting.
Ooh.
Oh,
I know. I know.
Who'd you
I
get your-
love these energisms that are happening. It's so cute.
Warhammer is very tismy, I feel like.
I feel like you have to be though.
Yes, very much so.
So much of it depends on the crowd. So I was in a GT, so of course it's a lot more sweaty for people, right?
What does GT mean?
A
Sorry.
grand tournament, yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So
So it's
fancy
not like-
people.
The super fancy.
Ish. It's definitely not as intense, let's say, as like some other types of games. Like I used to play War Machine, and that was incredibly crunchy, if you will.
Mm.
So
Well-
this wasn't bad.
I'm glad that you at least got to get a tournament in, and we are glad that you are here this morning.
Yeah,
I
this
have got
is-
your.
I think this is my first time meeting you. Can you like tell us a little bit about you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I run the channel Wargamer Girl. I do a lot of tabletop gaming. It's mostly been a lot of live streams and chat lately, just because it's hard to keep up with doing battle reports specifically. And then I changed games, which was a whole other thing. But that's a lot of what I do. We met you at like the Vegas meetup earlier this year.
Yeah, she was at the what's the glowy place called?
Meow Wolf?
Area.
Meow
Well,
Wolf?
yeah, it was Meow Wolf. It was like area 15.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ah.
We're
Yeah, do you remember her? I mean, we were very drunk, to be fair.
I was a
Yeah,
little
no,
drunk
you guys
that
were very
night.
busy. It's all good.
we
but-
were at the arcade bar. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we hung out there for a bit, and then
Excuse the
Headed on
booze
out.
brains.
it's okay. You were impressed with how normy I was, or came off. But
I could see that.
well, yeah, I don't know. I don't have like much of an alternative style, I guess. But yeah. So my channel is a lot of like gaming related stuff and chatter and talking about the ways of the world and hopefully a small distraction from watching the rest of the world fall to pieces every week. So that's the rough out of that.
That's what we need.
Yeah, seriously.
So
It's a good way of responding to the craziness that is online in our world right now. So
man, I hope so. I don't know. It's like it's hard to because everything feels political now. Everything feels intense.
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
Warhammer is even political now.
Yeah, I know. Oh, God. So Max, one of the last times we talked at the Vegas meetup, we had mentioned that you had asked me what I thought about the Henry Cavill show coming out, and I was like, nah, hopeful. I think he has creative control. Boy, have I been eating those words. Like he sounds like he's gonna get bullied right on out.
Oh,
Oh no,
Yeah.
really?
I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah, it's looking fairly
Dim.
disastrous.
That sucks.
I think Miranda had told you because I came across as kind of a pessimistic kind of black-pilled
You totally
creator
did.
because I was just like, oh yeah, I have no hope for it. And everyone's like, oh come on, but it's Henry Cavill, and I'm like, it does not matter. It absolutely doesn't matter because
Yeah.
something's gonna happen. Amazon's gonna take over, and the second that your hobby becomes mainstream, you can go ahead and say goodbye to it. So
That's kind of one of the interesting things that
Yeah.
comes up, right? Because there's a bit of a blanket statement you hear from people who say, like, oh, well, doesn't everybody want the hobby to grow, like, massively? It's like, well, you kind of want your hobby to grow, but being mainstream is quite another matter. Because
yeah,
then it starts getting, like, I don't know if it's a Flanderization of it or just it gets so diluted with trying to allegedly trying
Accommodate.
to be open. Like, yeah. But then it ends up being exactly the opposite, and you
Yeah.
lose everything. It's like, you make the stereotypical joke about that girl who wants to change everything about a guy, and then she leaves him because he's so different now.
yeah, no, 100%. It's like there's that meme that, like you said, it's very similar where you have a hobby, someone doesn't like the hobby because it's inherently this or that. So they come into the hobby specifically to change it. And then once all the true fans are gone, everyone's like, wait, don't you like this hobby? And then we're like, well, it's not what the hobby was anymore. You like completely changed it from what it was because you wanted to appease someone that didn't even like it in the first place.
Or
So,
just
I think-
appease yourself. I think a lot of people who end up getting into these positions now, I'm not convinced to know much about the source material.
No.
They
Right.
never do.
Yeah. So it's more like they come in with just their own idea of shaping the world or whatever.
Yeah.
And then
Money.
it's always you that's wrong. I rarely think it's money.
My
honestly.
favorite is when they come in and they say it's always been this way. See, and they pull like just
Oh.
Like they did
The most-
recently with Warhammer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they pull like the most, I don't know, basic thing, or not basic, but just out of pocket, like one little paragraph written or one little comic strip written. Like, see, it's always been this way.
Yep. The official Warhammer page said, for 10,000 years, there have always been females in this faction. And it's like, yep, okay, thanks, gaslighters. That's exactly what you would do.
I mean, you're not going to see any models for it, or it's not
Nope.
really going to mean anything. But yeah, totally. Here.
Yeah,
shove
I
that on
mean,
you
the
guys.
hardcore lore masters don't even know about it, but yeah, sure, Jan.
And then you hear, oh, they've always retconned stuff. And it's like, well, not necessarily, but even if they did, like, there's certain ways you do it, and just hand-fistedly shoving this onto people. It was just designed to create discord in the community, unfortunately. I think it was literally just a mean-spirited creating discord within the community, getting people to fight, and then we can be, I don't know, distracted from other crap, I guess.
Yeah. You know what I love the most though is when like I'm sure you've heard of these big YouTubers that have made their entire channel based off of Warhammer lore or Warhammer topics and gaming and tabletops. But then once this came out, everyone was like, guys, Warhammer is just a stupid nerd game that no one really actually takes seriously or cares about. So, like, why do you guys even care? And I'm like, oh my god, you're doing the thing. You're
Oh,
doing the
no.
meme.
What is that,
So-
like the stages of like deny until you can't deny, and then it's not a big deal, or
Yeah.
and then when it is a big deal, it's actually a good thing, or whatever those stages are. Yeah.
Oh, female custodes have always been there, and that's a good thing.
And that's a good thing.
And that's a
Oh,
good thing.
And that,
it's
Okay,
sad.
explain to me why that's a good thing.
Yeah, right.
What benefit is there?
representation.
Yes, thank you. Actor.
Representation doesn't mean shit.
I love
Well,
that.
For its own sake, it really doesn't. And so I guess, who is it for? I mean, on a positive note, the Sisters of Silence, the actual lady custodians, basically, have been doing pretty well in the tournament scene because they've apparently got some pretty strong lists. You have a Custodes army, though, right, X-Ray Girl?
No.
I thought someone gifted you one.
Someone did gift me a Sisters of Silence like 5-piece set, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
the main army is just Space Marines. But
Good old Space
yeah,
Marines. You're just doing Ultramarines?
I Max.
Yeah,
New
she.
ones?
Miranda, I think she got a combat patrol.
Oh yes,
Ultramarines.
thank you.
So,
Okay.
and then she got some Zinch characters, some Age of Sigmar like models,
Yeah.
and then, so the Sisters of Silence that you have though, X-Ray, I don't know if they are custodes or if they are something else.
Once I
Um,
find the box, I'll let you
Yeah,
know.
let me know.
I feel like I lost a bunch when I was reorganizing the house.
Oh, no.
So they just got stowed in boxes, and then I just never found them.
Yeah.
It's
No, that's
special.
okay.
So they're here somewhere. Somewhere.
Yeah, that's the thing with models. They kind of just start amassing, and then you're like, how the hell do I have 2 closets full of crap that I've never
Yeah.
assembled?
There's so many hobbies to do in like this type of like world. There's like it's almost too much. but I love it. Um,
We definitely do not want for distraction in this day and age, for better or
Nope.
worse.
I
That's
still
why
love.
I've actually taken up crochet, is
Oh yeah.
because it takes both my hands to be able to do, so I can't doom scroll.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
mm,
that's so
that
smart.
is actually very true.
I
Um,
learned a thing the other day that might be, I don't know, this is interesting, but just physically doing hobbies, right? Whether it's crochet or assembling models or even assembling puzzles. Apparently, there's been a problem with like surgeons or something like in the last few years where
Oh.
they've had to take sort of remedial dexterity training because we have enough people who have grown up on like tablets and touchscreens and stuff that don't physically do stuff, that performing surgery is harder for them because they do not have the dexterity. So if you need
Whoa.
surgery, you want an older man right now, or an older person anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying
Mm.
the young folk are like that? Interesting. I can see
Um,
that.
I believe
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I actually like, as much as people dog on the older generations, whenever it comes to healthcare, usually I feel more comfortable with at least like somebody in their 50s.
Yeah.
Like you feel like they haven't been sued and lost their license yet, so they've been doing something right.
Well, or if they have been, it's reported and you can find it on MDS or whatever your American version is.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Both at the meetup earlier this year? I mean, I know you were, Max.
Yeah. I think we all were, right? Yeah.
What?
All of us in this call, yeah, we were at the meetup.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. I had like little white shorts on. I'm trying to remember what else I was. My husband's
Just
Tell me
just
you're wearing it.
it's weird to see a girl at the meetup at times, so that's usually where
yeah.
A girl that's
That
not
was
there
commented
because of a
on.
boy.
Well,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
well,
I mean, I'm there with somebody, so I mean, I don't get that reason, but.
But
yeah.
no, it's awesome getting to meet you, and we're glad that we could have you on here and talk shop, because I'm sure the chat would love your channel, just because, like you said, you do stuff that kind of gets your mind off of things, and especially if you guys are into just kind of wargaming in general, whether it's War Machine or Warhammer or really anything. Miranda and her team over there do a great job. So I've got her channel pulled up in the corner chat, so if you guys want to go check out Wargamer Girl, please go ahead and do so. And yeah.
We're doing a live stream this Wednesday talking about fast fashion and wargaming. So
Ooh.
the
Oh.
idea being that we have models constantly changing over. We have new factions coming out. Basically, like, there's so much consumerism at this point that it's really
Mhm.
hard to keep up. Like, what combat patrol do you have? I don't know. Do you have the old Spearhead box for Age of Sigmar? Or do you have or whatever they called it before, and now it's Spearhead? It's like there's so much to keep track of that it's
Yeah.
creating. And then you get the same problem. I'm not sure how familiar you are with the fast fashion phrase, but it's the idea of just things turn over so fast that there's massive waste as a result of it. Which is
Oh,
weird
interesting.
in a hobby like this where you kind of want to hold on to your models, right? Like, you don't like the idea of just ditching them or throwing them away, but I feel like we're hitting that point now because 3D printing, a bajillion new skirmish games coming out, faction changes, new faction introductions, resculpts, etc.
Well, especially when
I feel like that's happening everywhere. It's not just.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's happening everywhere. Like people are just being
redesign.
incredibly wasteful. All the rampant consumerism, like it's insane right now.
Yeah, especially when they changed like the base sizes for fantasy. Well, sorry, Warhammer Old World, I think is what they're calling it now. So they changed all the base sizes, and now they're changing all the base sizes for 40K, or at least they did so with Primaris stuff. So it's like, okay, well, what do I do with all my older models? And it can just become a nightmare. But
Well, I
I
mean, I
think
guess
it's because they're trying to make more money off of the hobby. Like they're
Oh, for
changing
sure.
things so that
yeah, GW's sort of always followed like a lot of the jokes you make about corporatism. Like GW just like takes as their bible, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
So so it's like, oh well, we're gonna make Primaris Marines. We're not gonna call Space Marines at this new scale because that actually just makes sense for their scale. We're gonna now call them this new type of faction because that would get more people to theoretically buy. And they're so, unfortunately, they've kind of conditioned their audience, I guess, into just being mad at them and then going ahead and buying their crap.
Oh no.
Yeah.
They do it with comics all the time. They go, here's a new #1, Wolverine #1. You guys want to come out and buy this one, right? Because it's a #1. And then they just revamp it a year later, and then there's another #1, and it's like issue
Well, they play on
1.
that. They play on that FOMO of people and collectors.
Yes,
Well,
very much so.
Yeah. that's what they-
Kickstarters, a lot of limited release, and I guess I could see that being rampant in the comic book world. I collected a little bit of comics as a kid, and then I just could not keep up because I lived in a rural town. I didn't have access to a comic shop. Everything had to be mail order, and you could just not get it some issues. I was like,
Yeah.
Oh,
and
that
of course, every issue ends on like some sort of cliffhanger. So I'm like, stupid.
Yeah, no,
Really
that's
enjoyed
so
the Dark
difficult.
Phoenix saga though. That was great.
Oof, one of the bests. Yeah.
But maybe one day it'll be a movie because it never has been.
Once again, my black pill is gonna kind of come in here, but I hope they don't ever do it because they would just screw it up.
What possible examples could you have of that, Max?
It definitely wouldn't be the last 5 or 10 years of Marvel's output or anything, but
Nothing
Or in
like
the early
that.
aughts?
I would. Oh my gosh, I would prefer the like the early 2000s movies. Like I would take Blade and I don't know, Daredevil over everything we've been getting.
You
Old
would take
Blade and-
Daredevil?
Oh yeah.
The movie Daredevil.
Like,
Oh
like
yeah, with Ben Affleck.
Oh,
Yep.
Oh my
Really?
God, I watched that movie recently.
What did you
How
think?
did you feel?
I forgot how corny it was.
Oh yeah, it's cornball, but it's so good.
It's so
The
good though. Yeah. I
The
don't mind it.
Evanescence soundtrack and
Uh-huh.
the
That's right, glam metal. Those are the
yes.
days. It's funny you listen back on that stuff now and you're like, yeah, I kind of took it for granted then, but you hear it now and I'm like, this is better than the mumble rap garbage we got right now.
Yeah, right.
Max, I
So-
missed your stream. What did you think about Daredevil? I mean Daredevil, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh,
Oh.
I will,
Don't get him started.
no.
Oh.
Oh, is this
I'll
a
try and summarize
controversy?
it. I'll try and summarize
He
it
has
just
feelings.
super quickly. Basically, I felt like it was a huge missed opportunity, and I think a lot of people are saying, "Well, Max, it's just a Deadpool movie, so it doesn't really matter. Turn your brain off and just have fun." But even when I tried to just have fun and be entertained, it felt kind of heartless, and it felt like more corporatized and just let's get this out just to appease people, and then like we'll just forget about it. And it felt meaningless to me, where they could have subverted the current trend, which is to make fun of superheroes, and they could have actually done something super meaningful and made it more impactful. And instead, it was just another dumb dick joke Deadpool film. So I think it was a very big missed opportunity that lost out on a lot of heart and goodwill. But hey, it's making money and people want it because Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds, and so they're gonna love it. So yeah, that, like I said, I have much more to talk about, and Josh and I talked about it for like 3 hours on our live stream the other night. But that's kind of my thought.
Huh. I don't know that you look to Deadpool to not make fun of the superhero genre, but I know what you mean. Like a lot of the jokes were sort of their time. I think I saw somebody else's I don't know if it was a written message on Twitter, one of the social media death places, but they're talking about how the jokes at the time, like they're funny right now, but if you watch the movie
not gonna
several
age
years
well.
from now, not knowing or not being fully aware of all this stupid Marvel drama or Disney drama or any of that,
Mm.
like it doesn't land as well. So
Mhm.
that is probably true.
Yeah.
I was pretty entertained by it, but
Yeah, they're definitely one-time jokes, which it's fine, and it's still going to do well. But I don't think it won't save Marvel and I don't know if I want to see another Deadpool movie after this, just because
I know
I'm
what
like,
you mean.
okay,
It's like its own end game, right?
it's done. I actually legitimately, if I wasn't in this like space, so to speak, I actually would never watch Marvel again. And I remember thinking after Endgame, I'm like, the story's done. Like, I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
It's like
Mhm.
kicking a corpse now.
I felt the
Mhm.
exact same way, X-Ray. After Endgame happened, I was super content, and I thought they did a really great job of just ending that saga and closing the book. And I just said, I don't really need anything else, like, because I don't know if we will ever be able to do a cinematic universe like that again. And that's fine, because we already got it, and that was like of its time. But they keep trying to just bring it back, which is like exactly what Deadpool was trying to do. Like, they literally bring up Wolverine's dead corpse and they use it as a joke in the first opening montage of the movie. So I'm like, so you know that you're being like ridiculous by revamping all these like old tropes and doing cameos and stuff, but you're still doing it anyway because you're just trying to be edgy and a cool like Redditor teenager. I don't know. It just felt really disingenuous. So
Because
I
there's no
watched it
new age
twice.
creativity. Like this generation, as much as they want to try and say that they're like the age of creatives, they're not.
Oh, no, they're not.
They're
They're
not
absolutely
really
not.
anything?
The only thing that they
Mm-mm.
can do is take things, attempt to fix them, and then give back a maybe C plus grade at the best. Like,
Yes.
Well, here's why they're doing that, though. I can't remember who said it. I was like watching an interview with somebody. I can't remember if it was Vince Vaughn or Jake Gyllenhaal. It was somebody who said that Hollywood right now they're not interested, which is why we were getting like a bunch of sequels and prequels and movies based on IPs and board games and shit. They're saying that Hollywood will not take risks on independent writing, independent movies. You have to pen a script that is based on a pre-existing IP, otherwise your movie will not get made. It has to
Wow.
be on a pre-existing IP. And I think they were referencing the movie Battleship. Like, this was an old interview, but they were referencing the movie Battleship, and they were saying that like the reason that movie got made and nobody lost their job, nobody did anything, because the movie ultimately failed, but nobody was held responsible for it because it was based on an IP. So the reason that nobody was held responsible for losing that money is because well, I mean, it was based on an IP, so it should have done well. The audience just didn't show up for it.
It's
So
the
like
audience.
So they're blaming the audience.
The lack of like accountability in Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's the lack of accountability, wanting to take risks and accountability in Hollywood. Like, that's why there is no creativity right now. They won't do anything that is not an IP.
100%.
That's very true. There's a little bit even more to that, right? Because it's like Hollywood, as a Hollywood system or whatever, it's so insular, and so there's not really like an open competitive market. You and I can't just run around tomorrow and get like a movie in theaters. There's independents that are trying to do that, but it's it's a challenge.
Yeah.
And so they're it's already an insular group. They compete only with each other, and they
Mhm.
don't represent like the people watching them or supporting them or paying them, because they get money from a lot of different sources. So they can fail. They usually just fail sideways. I mean, in the case of Deadpool, when the first one got made, it was after years and years of, I think it was Tom Rothman or something, who just kept putting the kibosh on Deadpool. And the movie did amazingly well. Tom Rothman left whichever one that was, and then went to go work for Sony, along with Amy Pascal after the Ghostbusters disaster. Because nobody's actually really suffering consequences. They just move around. And you just sort of see that at the higher levels of the corporate echelons, because there's only so many quote-unquote studio heads available. So they just move them around from one place to another, instead of actually replacing them, getting new blood, getting new ideas in. And then with respect to the IP thing, I mean, gosh, movies have gotten absolutely insanely bloated. Like, it is so expensive to make a basic movie now that yeah, of course they're going to go for something that they can at least argue to a bean counter, to an accountant that has a potential to make money because it already has quote unquote established audience.
An established audience. Yep.
Kara, I mean, look at what happened with Witcher. You know, like
Don't
your beloved.
fucking get me started with The Witcher.
Well, I don't
Yeah, this
want to get you
morning.
started. Yeah.
Oh.
Y'all
That
got me
was
started,
just
Horrid.
complete and utter disrespect, not only for the source material but for the audience.
Mm.
Yeah, it sounded pretty rough. I think I watched the first season. Was it the second season when the witch lady was like obsessed with having a baby all of a sudden?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, that was very, very bizarre to watch.
Do
I
you
watched
think
Deadpool
that?
twice.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
go ahead. No, you go.
No, you can go, Steph. I want to hear what you thought about Deadpool and Wolverine.
The first time watching it, I went on a Thursday, right? Because I had like my tickets, and it was one of the first showings. So I went with all the people that like bought their tickets and were ready, and it was like everybody in the audience that was like cheering and laughing, and it made the movie better watching it with that type of audience.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, I had fun. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. I had a lot of fun. And then I was like, you know what? Let me go see it again and make sure that I actually like the movie, right? Because that was like my initial impression. I was like, oh my gosh, that was so much fun. I laughed so much, and it was like really good to see like all of those old Fox Marvel characters, right? I was like, I'm gonna go see it again. Let's see how I really feel about it. Because I was driving home and I was thinking to myself, yeah, that plot, it was just kind of loose. Like I started thinking about the things that I didn't like about it. So I was like, okay, let me go watch it again. The second time, it was a very passive audience. And like there were maybe like one or two people, but because there wasn't that like energy, right? That energetic audience from day one, I'm watching it and I'm like, oh yeah, the plot is kind of flimsy. I really, really don't like the TVA. It sounds like they're saying fuck every like 15 seconds, like they just learned the word, right? Like they just got permission from mom to say
Yep.
fuck, so now they're just gonna say it all the time. It was very childish, right? Because I'm like, okay, you don't have to say the fuck like every 15, 20 seconds just because you got permission from Marvel, right? Like that's how it sounded.
Yeah.
But
Well-
yeah, I was just kind of like, okay. It was still good. Like I still enjoyed it, and I still enjoyed seeing those older characters, but
Mhm.
I didn't like the plot of the movie. I was just like, yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't-
And that's like exactly how I felt. It's like I had fun, but I don't really want to watch this again. There's nothing that jumps out that makes me want to think, holy crap, I need to see it again.
Oh yeah.
Maybe in 3 years or something if I'm rewatching all the MCU movies.
It
Maybe.
is.
Doesn't feel as much in. Once the multiverse crap started happening, nothing mattered, right?
Yeah.
But it
Yeah,
does
it's-
speak a lot to the power of an audience, like being in the theater going experience right there is what you're saying.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like that definitely changed my viewing experience when I saw it with like a hyped up audience. It definitely changed it for sure, because I was like, okay, this is really good. Like it made me feel like the movie was a lot better than like
Than it
going
actually
and
was.
watching it a second time. I was like, man, I was thinking like the introduction to like Elektra and Blade and Gambit. I was thinking to myself, it's going to be really weird watching this, like when it eventually goes on streaming, watching it at home, because they give you, and I'm with the passive audience the second time. The first time, every time that one of the characters jumped on screen, people were like screaming and clapping.
Wow.
The second
Oh,
time I
wow.
went to watch it, like nobody was really doing anything. You heard like a couple of gasps, but like that was it. So I'm thinking to myself, it's gonna be really interesting watching it like at home when it comes on streaming and that part happens, because it's just like a slow motion introduction, pause for audience reaction, but you're by yourself, so it makes it awkward.
Oof.
It's so cringy to watch that stuff again, because like even in the Lion King, the animated one, or the not the animated one, the quote unquote live action from like 2019, I think it was. Disney loves that kind of stuff where like when Rafiki gets his staff, they like hold on it and they pause as he like picks up his staff and he's holding it and he's looking at it, and like what the intention is, right? Is like they expect like the audiences to be steel clapping and like, oh my god, he's got a lightsaber or whatever, and it's just like,
Yeah.
guys, grow up. Like, it feels so trivial to have those moments within a film that are just meant for like, let's all clap now in the audience, because then when you rewatch it back, it's so cringy. So I wonder if the Blade, Gambit, Elektra will hold up as well as it did in the theater. And even for my theater, really the only one that got a good reception was Blade. I mean, rightfully so, but
Yeah, he got a really good reception. In my theater, Electra was like, oh, like she got a bunch of gas, and then like Blade showed up, and dude, the theater was just like erupted.
oh yeah.
And then Gambit showed up, and people were like clapping and laughing at it. You know,
Oh, yeah,
'cause
more
you
people
don't really know
laughed,
about
though.
like Channing Tatum's Gambit.
Mhm.
You don't know that he's been lobbying for that movie and it never got made, right? Like you don't know about that unless you like read all of these articles.
Yeah. I legit learned that from the pitch meeting video about it afterward.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Like, oh, it's a deep cut.
Barely an inconvenience.
Ah, so fun.
Yeah, it did feel. I'm not gonna lie. I only liked Channing Tatum's Gambit because to me, I was just like, oh my gosh, he's even like doing the accent. He's like dressed like Gambit. Like no freaking way. He's got like the playing cards, the staff, like everything is going how it goes in the cartoon. But like Channing Tatum, I can't say his freaking name, just doesn't look like Gambit. Like the
Oh, he
thing
looks like he ate
big.
Gambit.
Oh,
Sorry.
Wow.
No, it's true.
X-ray.
He's too like short and bulky to play Gambit.
Yeah.
Like Gambit is very
Wow.
tall and lanky, right?
Yeah.
Like
No,
Yeah.
I 100% agree. I'm trying to remember which movie it was. It might have been one of the Wolverine movies that had Gambit in it, but it was played by Taylor Kitsch, who was
yes, it was
John
one of the
Carter.
Wolverine movies.
He sold it. He was a lovely Gambit,
Mhm.
but too bad it just wasn't a very interesting story for him. But he could have sold it. So yes, bless Channing Tatum's heart. I love him to death in Hail Caesar, but I don't know that he sells Gambit.
Josh and I were talking about it, and the one thing that we thought was really cool about the character and that we liked the most was that Channing Tatum comes from a background of like dancing. Like I think he's like professional dancer.
Oh yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
so,
Right.
the ladies know.
okay, all right. Well, then,
all the dancing movies I've watched.
I
Oh,
them.
like
boy.
the Step Up movie. That movie's good.
Oh, Step Up is great.
not
Ugh.
Magic Mike.
I mean, Magic Mike was fine. I think the story's not as good as.
Yeah.
So if you're talking like dancing, I mean, I love Step Up. That's such a good movie.
So you've got this guy, you've got this really good-looking guy who has a background in like being flexible and being able to dance and being able to move. So Gambit's movements, I thought, looked impeccable. Like how you
Yes.
saw the power sets were so rad, and that's why I kind of got mad at the film because I was like, y'all, we could have had this 5-10 years ago, but you just won't give it to us. Like the executives at Hollywood just don't know what the fans want or like, because hey, we got 3 seconds of Gambit actually doing cool Gambit stuff on the screen, but we'll never see that again unless, at least I don't think in my lifetime. But like
You're
his
actually
power
upset that,
sets and
like, he's not coming back. Yeah.
yeah. So, I mean, I thought Channing Tatum's choreography was incredible, but I just don't know if we'll ever get to see something like that again. So, I guess it
I don't
just,
think we will.
yeah.
When do
No,
X-Men
probably
go to
not.
public domain?
I know, right? Yeah.
Well,
Never.
we had like
Question.
10 more years on Batman, I thought. Something like that. It wasn't that long.
Yeah, Batman will be here pretty quickly. I know comic creators who are already talking about how they're currently writing Batman's story so that once he hits public domain, they'll be able to write him.
Oh, cool.
So
The
that
copyright laws are interesting though, because there's
know,
a
right?
lot of renditions of Batman. So, which ones can you do? How far can you push it? So, get them lawyers ready.
He'll just be like, is it doing well? Sue him.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was actually their barometer.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually really loved Channing Tatum's Gambit.
I guess as far as new IPs, John Wick didn't. It came from whole cloth, didn't it? Was it in a? It didn't have like a preceding comic or established IP, right? It was new.
I have no
I-
idea.
I believe so. I mean, yeah, I think it was holistically its own thing. As far as the phrase or the name John Wick, that was its wholly own thing. The story, though, I mean, I think the story has been done plenty of times, but this franchise, I think, was wholly its own unique thing. But I love seeing when stuntmen and action like stunt coordinators get together and make films because they are gorgeous. They look
Yes.
so good.
You know, it was a good one. The Fall Guy.
I loved Fall Guy, but
I
once again,
freaking
Fall
love
Guy is
that
a
movie.
remake.
That's
Oh,
true.
it is. I didn't know that.
It's based off of a TV show.
Oh yeah, Melissa was showing that to us,
Yeah,
huh?
she was showing it to us whenever we were in San Diego, or in
That's right.
not
LA.
San Diego, in for LA Comic Con.
Mm-hmm. That's
When
so,
we
that's
had
so cool.
cheesecake and we're hanging out.
Oh, that was a great night.
That was a great night.
I
We were
had,
like- Let's not do anything.
I think I brought you guys like ice cream or something, and you guys already had bought
Had
like a dessert. And I was like, oops.
No, we
no,
appreciate
we have
it.
more snacks.
More dessert.
I know
I
it's
don't
like,
think you guys
oh
wanted that.
no, more dessert. Oh, bummer. But,
Yeah.
yeah, no, that was fun.
That was the night that like Chris had invited us to go to
The Barbie party.
the Barbie party, and we're
Oh
like,
my
well,
gosh.
if we all can't go, we should go. So we stayed. And we're like, let's do Indian food and dessert and watch like walking tours because that's how boring we were.
Watch
So
what?
funny.
I love it though.
Walking tours. Have you ever pulled up like I like things like Asia? People just walk down the street and
Yeah.
you can just see this, stores and whatnot and culture and people just walking around.
Is it
I
just,
put
like,
that on
live
at work.
cameras?
No. So someone filmed while they were just
Oh.
walking like an hour or something like that, and it's all started during COVID. And one of my coworkers told me about it, and I'm like, this is a way to travel. Okay, I don't mind.
Huh. I legit never heard of that before.
Yeah, type in like one of my favorites is like Rome walking tour or Sicily walking tour, and someone just puts on a GoPro and they just walk through the streets of Rome, and you like get to people watch, but you also get to look at all the scenery and like all the buildings, and it is the closest thing to traveling at least. And I hate to say that because that sounds sad because you're in your home watching someone else travel, but
live
it is very
vicariously.
relaxing and it's super kind of therapeutic, I guess. But
Wonder if
Mhm.
anyone's ever like solved a murder mystery through one of those. Like, this-
Google Maps,
Ooh.
people have solved
Yeah.
mysteries and stuff.
yeah,
for
I've heard
people,
of some
so
of those.
Medicines online.
yeah.
all right.
Jason Webster, thank you for the 5. Australian says, question for the girls: what model kit has taken you the longest to build? Hogwarts. For me.
The Lego Technic, Robert Pattinson's Batmobile. It was a really
That one
big
looked fun
Lego.
though.
Oh,
That one was it wasn't a pain, but it was a project, and I loved it.
not the Krusty Krab.
No, not the Krusty Krab. Yeah, that one was a little bit like annoying. That one was a little annoying, but once I got like the hang of it, it was fine. But the Lego Batmobile was. It took me a long time to build that one, like a really long
Having
time.
issues. My table isn't big enough.
That's
Oh,
what she
No
said.
way.
Yep. Wait,
Babe, we can't do it here. The table's not big enough. I'm sorry.
I honestly had a feeling that it was like when you said the size, I'm like, I don't know if it's gonna fit, but let's just try it.
Yeah, what was it? care 24 by 27 or something?
It's 20 by
Inches?
27. It's
That's
big
wild.
enough. I have stuff on the back of my table, so I've got to remove stuff from the table to be able to have the entire span of the table that I need.
Yeah.
It's just like it's quite literally 2 pieces, like too short where I have it right now.
Oh no.
Oh no.
God damn it.
Get one of those folding tables, add on to it.
Yeah,
Cover it.
you got this.
Dishes.
You can be.
grab.
You're
If I
ingenuitive.
take off, hold on, I might be able to finagle this.
Oh yeah, you got this.
I just need to. I just won't be able to have my chat in front of me. If I can do chat, I can make it work.
I
Sorry,
also have.
Kat.
Spirian, thank you for the 1,200 bits. And then Michael, subscribe. Thank you. He says there's only been one blade, and there's only ever gonna be one blade.
Yup.
Hell yeah.
I buy it from
Dude.
Wesley Snipes. Like that guy got
yeah.
gypped.
Yeah.
Even if he
I
didn't
like
pay the tax.
the first time that I watched it, the audience like cheered at that
Oh,
that
yeah.
line.
Same with ours. I am happy that we got to see a version of Blade because I don't know if we will see another one, and they didn't cuck him in anyway, so that was nice.
But isn't that sad that like, oh hey,
used
he,
to-
he didn't get disrespected. Isn't that
Mhm.
great? And it's like, wait, what? Did you just hear what you know what I mean? It's like, no.
The standard has changed.
I know, and that's
It
what's so
has,
sad is
they
like the
have,
standard is like,
100% so, yeah.
oh, they didn't shit on him. Like, oh, good. You know, it's like, oh,
We just, I mean, we cheer for mid-tier movies of the 90s, mid-tier music of the mid-aughts because
yeah,
compared to the crap we watch now,
yeah,
it's like, at least you're not, actually like lecturing me about whatever in the world or,
exactly.
this can be just dumb and enjoyable and fun and I can do that.
Yeah,
Like Hollywood is conditioning you to accept
lower your
and
standards.
love like basic low tier writing and oh, it's really bad. They're like,
Yeah.
well, as long as it's not woke. Like, oh my gosh.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah,
to
that's
To answer the earlier question, just I wanted to throw in there. I think the most complicated model kit I've put together so far is my Rogel Dorn for 40k. But
ooh,
I have a Stormlord, a Baneblade variant, that is still sitting in its box because it's 7 sprues, and I'm going to, at some point, put that bad boy together, and that will probably be my most complicated forever.
that sounds awesome though. 7 sprues for one model.
Yeah.
Do you know how many points it is on the tabletop?
400 and some odd, 465, I want to say. I don't know, I can pull it
Oh
up.
my lord.
It's a big
Oh my
infantry build.
God.
I don't think it's amazing even on the table now, but
Um,
it's so pretty and I wanted it. It's like my Vulture gunship that they just discontinued as a model and are probably going to move to Legends, but
oh
it's fine.
no, I'm
know.
sorry.
I mean, whatever, it's fine. It doesn't stop me from being able to play with it. Like, I'm not doing really like massive GTs or anything, so whatever.
Yeah.
Let's see here, reference. Let me tell you
I
exactly what
love
it
these
costs.
wings. Sorry.
I've got a question for the ladies. So, because we were talking about, maybe some of those walking tours have solved a crime, or like, Google Maps has solved like crimes before, or that it's aided in, detective work and things like that. Are y'all all into the, murder mystery podcasts and
Yeah.
TV
You're like,
shows and
you
stuff?
know who you're talking to, right?
No. Really?
I mean,
I
I was
used to have a
literally
stream
watching one
about it.
last night. So
So was I.
we were watching this. It's a comedy show, but it's called. It's on Netflix. It's called The Bodkin.
Huh.
Or
I don't
it's
think
just
I've
called
ever heard of
Bodkin, not The Bodkin. Bodkin.
Okay.
And it's got Will Forte in it, and it's really it's funny, but it's a murder mystery type show, and it's riffing off it's making fun of like podcasters and people who go and like try and help like solve these mysteries. Not not necessarily try and solve the mystery, but at least tell the story of the mystery.
Yeah.
And it's so funny.
I watched Lost Girls on Netflix last night. It's based on the Long Island serial killer.
Ooh.
Oh, gosh.
That was
Oh, wow.
pretty good. That was pretty good.
So I think it's safe to say yes, we do like true crime.
Okay,
Or just
cool. I
murder
kind of figured,
mysteries.
but yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't. It wakes me out too much. I listen to, I'm sure you've heard of the podcast, Mr. Ballin. He tells these like crazy true stories. He's a old.
Oh
Navy
yes,
SEAL.
Wicked showed me that. That's it's really good actually. The way
He is really
tells
good,
it.
and I was really liking his supernatural stuff and ghost stories, but then he started talking about true crime stuff, and I started getting paranoid. Like, I live in Albuquerque, it's not a safe city anyway, and so like I'm starting to go outside, I'm like getting jumpy at things, I'm like, nope, I'm not listening to these anymore, like it's making me weird.
Oh no.
I
Yeah.
like them. Like it makes me more hyper aware of my surroundings. So I'm just
Yeah. You kind of have to be now. You have to be a little bit more alert. As sad as that is, but you really do kind of have to watch your back now.
I don't know that that wasn't always the case, but yeah.
I don't know because like growing up, I was very sheltered, right? So I didn't know that things like this happened, that people like this existed.
Mm.
So like now when I'm watching it, I'm just like, oh my gosh, this happened.
There was
Like,
a murder that happened
What
next door to my
their
house.
mindset?
That was fun.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
It was
I didn't know that.
it was nuts.
Right.
What happened? When was
A
this?
murder. A husband murdered his wife.
Oh wow.
Not pedestrian.
Crazy.
Basically, like she was terminally ill and he was done taking care of her.
Oh.
Silent Hill 2 story?
Oh.
Huh?
That's sad.
Oh, that is truly tragic. Although there's
Yeah.
a whole video game series based on that.
And so he killed her.
Wow.
At least that's what I've been told. That was the rumors that was going through town.
Wow.
Fine.
There's a. Oh, yeah. I was just gonna say there was a podcast I used to listen to called Sword and Scale. I still think
I
they're.
love that one. Yeah.
Oh,
I
it's
listen-
it's still super good. Do you still listen
Uh-huh.
to it, Steph?
I do. Yeah.
Okay. I haven't
will
gotten a
every
chance
now
to listen to it recently, but I love his tagline because it rings so true. But his tagline is, "Even the worst monsters or the worst monsters are real," something to that effect. And it's kind of scary because it's like, oh my god, yeah, he's right. It's like, damn. Because yeah, some of these people that he talks about are like truly just monsters. So.
I mean, we
Have
had
you guys
famous
ever
people
watched
in
or
history.
listened to the podcast? It's on Spotify. It's called Radio Rental. It's
Oh.
it's narrated by Rainn Wilson.
Oh.
And basically, so he's like the host of it, and they have these stories that people call in and tell, and it's kind of presented in a first-hand account of like it's not all the I mean the stories are read by somebody else, but they're very interesting. Like sometimes it's a lot of like unexplained happenings. Some of them like it's kind of more like on the supernatural side of things.
Hmm.
I like
They're
supernatural
very
stuff.
interesting. And it's done like it's
called?
presented in a style of being like, oh, you're walking into this radio or like this movie rental store, and he's just like, oh, I got the next story for you. He's like, I think you're
What is
gonna
it
like
called
this
again?
one. I'm sorry,
What is it called again?
Radio Rental.
Radio. Oh, okay.
Yeah, podcasts have kind of taken over in a large way over the last, decade, I'd say.
Oh,
yeah.
yes, I agree.
Accessibility and I think the biggest thing that I like about these things is the timing aspect. You don't have to be on someone else's time to watch all these That's why I hate classes.
X-ray, you mean like when you say you don't have to be on someone else's time, like
You can just
do you
listen
mean
to
like
them whenever.
yeah, I was just about to say like cuz with TV it used to be like, "Oh, my show's on at 8," you know, as opposed to oh, you know what? I missed the live stream or I missed the podcast, but I'm going to catch up on it when I go on a drive or something. And you just watch it later.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
When do you normally listen to your YouTube or your podcast or things like that? When do you normally catch up on that stuff?
Driving, cleaning, sometimes when I'm editing, eating. I don't know. Just to fill the space.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll just throw something on and lurk in the chat.
Yeah. What do you think you guys most consume in terms of like YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Netflix, TV? Like, is there one medium that you guys consume the most?
100%.
it's YouTube.
YouTube.
YouTube
For
for me
sure.
right now.
That is like by
A
There's
large
no
margin,
way.
yeah.
huge margin.
Yeah.
And then I think a huge part of it, like I didn't really use YouTube a lot before, but a lot of my friends are on YouTube now too, so it's like kind of like a nice catch up without being weird and creepy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
And you can learn so
Um,
much crap on YouTube. Like, the amount of things you can learn how to do on YouTube is
Oh yes.
almost embarrassing. You know, like how do we live in an age where so few people know how to do anything? You can look it up at the drop of a hat.
That's a good point. Yeah, it really is like there's so many funny niches like on YouTube where like I was looking something up for my job, like some, task that I was like, I wonder if there's a channel or a video about this. And sure enough, there's a whole channel based off just this one little niche thing that I had a question about. And like got tons of videos describing exactly how to do it, I think that's almost kind of like old YouTube. I felt like was like cat videos, goofy skits, and tutorials. I feel like tutorials will never go out of style on YouTube.
No,
'cause
they're
just
great.
so
Wow.
useful. Yeah.
Like I learned how to change like the light bulb on my car because of these things,
Look at that.
So, or like weird cleaning hacks.
Yeah.
I got a
those weird cleaning
stain.
hacks are really good.
Like how do I get wine out of like my shirt?
Yeah,
Yeah,
those
no,
are
it's
pretty
incredibly
funny.
useful.
Very
Lots of car
useful.
repairs, basic stuff, learning new skills. I've learned a lot about
Mhm.
like sewing techniques. I know you can learn like crochet and knitting through YouTube.
Oh, I was
mean-
just
Mhm.
watching stuff last night on it. So yeah.
Is that how you picked it up? Like, was just through YouTube videos, or did you have someone kind of introduce you to it?
I've completely learned myself through YouTube.
Yeah, that's awesome.
YouTube University, man. Who needs a degree?
Yeah.
I
A
like
lot
that.
of the things that people go to school for, you can learn from YouTube, unless of course you're in a like a
Regulated
career you want to
field.
do with certifications. Don't
Yeah.
bother going to school. So, before we continue, Jason, thank you for the $2 Australian. Says Deadpool and Wolverine earns 800 million globally.
Wow.
That is insane.
Jeez.
On its
Let's get to
way.
that B.
Slowly.
And
Yeah.
Psychotic Mongoose, thank you for the gifted membership.
Nice.
Yeah.
That movie's
On its
definitely going to hit $1 billion, and not just because it's $15 for a movie ticket, but
Correct.
Psychotic Mongoose, thank you for the gifted membership.
He's
you being
being
a little
a
slut
whore
this
right
morning?
now.
Yeah. Psychotic
ya.
going nuts on us. He's being psychotic with his gifted membies. His gifties. Oh, speaking of gifted memberships, did you guys see that clip that Epic Mike shared with the guy complaining about gifted memberships?
What?
Wow. Psychotic Mongoose, thank you for gifting a sub.
Wait, what did he
No,
say or
what was
do?
it?
It was basically this gamer who was saying he was like, y'all, I appreciate the gifted memberships and stuff, but like y'all need to stop, because when someone is gifted a membership, they just take that and they don't actually spend their own money to become a member here. And so it's like his reasoning was something like the people who get gifted memberships will never actually buy a membership, so you're just enabling them to get the perks of a membership without them having to spend their own money or something.
Oh,
It's
boo
like,
fucking
what?
who?
Oh, so that's what he. Okay, because I saw him share a video about it and like say something about gifted memberships, but I didn't actually watch the video. So that's what he was saying. He's like, you're enabling these people to just live off of a gifted
That's-
membership.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was something to that effect. It was basically like, because if you have people in the chat that are pretty regular, and you have people that are consistently gifting memberships, his point was that it doesn't allow new people to get those gifted memberships, but the same people who cycle in and out of the chat will always get those gifted memberships, as opposed to new people that could potentially add to his revenue and add to his subscription base. So he was like, so if you have been gifted a membership, you then need to pay for your own so that someone else can get the gifted membership that's not already a member. I know that sounds super confusing, but that's what I got from his video. But
YouTuber problems, clearly.
I was just like, dude, the fact that anyone is gifting you memberships, like, that's very few people can say that they make their money off of that. Like, that's pretty dang cool. So
Well, what
Experian
YouTube
gifted
takes-
a membership. Thank you.
look at
Experian says,
that.
don't streamers get paid either way for memberships? Yes.
Yes,
Correct.
they do.
Yes.
They do.
Yeah. Oh.
So, yeah. Psychotic
literally
mongoose, I'm
looking
so
at-
yelling at you.
Gift horse in the mouth.
We love gifted memberships here on this channel, so
We
Yeah.
do not discriminate.
not at all. I'm just grateful whenever I see you guys in the chat. So thank you all for being here. Speaking of which, Psychotic gifted 1 membership to Keone K. So thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Here, I'll play the DJ air horn for that one.
Right. It's like obligatory that I every time. No idea why.
You have to do it with your mouth. Well,
That's
never
what
mind.
she said.
Wow. Wow. Max.
You set
I meant-
yourself up for
Too
that
long.
one.
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
kind of I knew what I was getting myself into. Yeah, Miranda, most of our conversations will normally just end up into
Degenerate.
you know, innuendos.
Sorry. Sorry. I blame Max.
Story. Oh, that's fair.
Definitely Max's fault. I can be down with that. You are the only guy here, therefore all blame. you.
Therefore, I mean, I'm already the patriarchal, cis, white, oppressive, racist, Nazi. So I mean, I might as well just be everything else. So.
Thank you for admitting it. Fucking kidding. I'm so sorry.
Lewis. Hi, Lewis. Lewis says gay.
Geek.
Who's gay, Luis? Who's a
Oh,
gay?
gay. Gay.
I saw that actor who says who has that gif where he goes ha gay.
Oh, yeah.
I forget who the actor is, but he posted something on Twitter that was like, you know, I'm with Harris this selection or whatever, and someone posted his own gif to him saying ha gay.
Gay.
Ay, ay, ay.
Gonna put his hand here. Extra hand. All right, Gundam is done. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the rest of my time, but we'll figure it out.
Ooh, I like the wings on that. That looks cool.
Me too. He's so heavy though. That's the only thing.
I
gotta
got gifted a Gundam. What the hell is it?
Don't body shame him.
He's top heavy. I understand
Ooh.
that.
Top heavy.
There you go. That way he doesn't fall over. I have to have him kneeling.
Steph,
Interesting.
would you be able to, or would you want to share anything about your trip recently?
I'm exhausted, and I got bit by a lot of mosquitoes. That's,
Mosquitoes.
um,
That sucks.
yeah, it does.
Where'd you go?
But I had a lot of fun. It was nice to just get away.
Yeah.
It was nice to just get away for a little while, and sort of reset.
Mm.
Because there's times when I will just like take a few days and just, or not a few days, like almost every day I'm in my chair for hours editing and streaming. So I'm just like, ugh, I need sun, and I got a lot of sun.
Oh, good. That's awesome.
But I had a good time. I think I was telling you guys before the stream, like I will rarely go into the ocean just because when I was younger, I got stung by a lot of jellyfish, and I ventured into the ocean a lot. And also, like I'm short, and I can't swim. I can swim
no.
a little bit, but I'm not like
Oh,
the
gosh.
strongest swimmer. So if I got swept out, like that's it, I'm done for, right?
Oh my
I'm not a
gosh.
strong swimmer at all. I can't swim, so um, that's another reason why I don't venture out into the ocean. I'm scared of the undercurrent. So
Oh, that stuff
and
is actually
it's
scary.
actually happened to like my sister. They went to, I think, where did we go? We went to there was one time we went to Port Aransas. I think it was Port Aransas. And we went to the coastline. It was like, I don't know why we set up here, but we set up here, right? Like right next to the boardwalk, and people fish off of the boardwalk, and it's like very dangerous to like actually swim next to there because if there could potentially be sharks there. But yeah, she got
No.
I know, right? She got like swept out like really far, and she like freaked out, and so she had to swim back. But yeah, it's like the first time that I've ever seen it actually happen. I've heard of it happening, but that was the first time I actually saw it happen, and it freaked me out so much. Like, this is why I don't get in the water. Yeah, I was really scared.
Yeah. I go nowhere that I can't touch the bottom
Yes.
for the water.
Mm-hmm.
It's just out of safety, personal safety.
Have y'all ever been in the ocean and had something touch you?
A
Oh, yeah.
jellyfish.
Blech.
I also have done those like the nursing sharks and the stingrays.
Like you
Oh,
swim.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I've done that, but like at SeaWorld in a
Yeah.
controlled environment.
100%, yeah.
I definitely wore like all the floaty devices.
Bloody
Like I don't go anywhere far. I stay very close to the boat, just in case I get left there, all those safety
Mhm.
things.
I could see X-ray with those little arm floaties.
I wear a life jacket, a full-on life jacket.
All right.
I mean, if you can't swim, that's really just the smartest thing to do.
I mean, I can swim. I can. I've seen too many people do stupid things. And it's
yeah.
actually a lot of cardio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Swimming is great for you.
That movie about like based on a true story, that open water movie freaked me out. Where like those two divers get left out in the middle of the ocean.
Oh,
Ugh.
I
Remember that
didn't
movie?
hear about that.
Who was in there? The actresses.
I don't know. I don't know who they were, but like it's based on a true story that this couple went out and did what do you call it? Did like a dive. They went like deep sea diving. Like they went with a bunch of people, and when they were calling them back, I guess like the captain didn't count correctly, so he thought that they were back, but they weren't. They
Oh,
were
no.
under. Yeah, they were still out, and so they left, and they were running out of oxygen, so they came up, and the boat was gone, and they were out at sea for days.
Oh my
and they both
God.
and they both
even
ended
get
up like
caught?
dying.
Ah, I was hoping for a happier ending than that.
Uh,
Oh.
spoiler
That's the
alert.
ending I wanted to
They
hear.
They finally figured out that like they left them there, But by the time they went out to go and search for them, they had already drifted out like really far and they couldn't find them.
That's so
Ugh.
scary. Oh my
Yeah, it's
god.
terrifying.
That is terrifying.
Yeah, no, worst nightmare. That's why I stay close to the boat, not go underwater. I sound like a lunatic.
You
No,
are,
no, I
but
mean-
it's okay.
When stuff like that happens, I mean, because now it's you kind of died because of the incompetence of someone else. So yeah,
Yeah.
hedging your bets is not the worst.
Yeah. And the sea is
And-
one of the places that like people haven't actually really adventured and
Yeah.
explored. Like there's a lot out there that we haven't even seen yet. And I mean, look at people who go into the sea all the time. They die.
Yeah.
What do you
same with Mount
guys-
Everest. I mean, they haven't
Oh,
gotten
yeah.
all the bodies down from there. Sorry. What
That's
were you
true.
Oh yeah, Everest. That's insane that like the body they can't take the bodies down because it's too dangerous for them.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
To remove
I,
the bodies, like they stay frozen on the mountain, and they actually like act as markers, which is insane.
Yup.
When I went hiking in Argentina, they had to carry the guys, like he had a heart attack up at the top of the mountain. They had to carry him down and then helicopter lift him. So can you imagine the poor like rescue workers? They're not even like supposed to be doing stuff like that, but they have to.
They don't have animals or anything? Because I know here people get lost in the mountains, but people will go out on horseback to go get them.
These ones they didn't, and like it was the guy who had the heart attack was a guide. So
Oh,
Oh,
no.
whoa.
yeah, I think it was like 40 something, and wow. Even they're not immune. So the poor group that had him as a guide, I cannot imagine. Whew.
He wasn't doing one of those walking tours at the time.
No. But this was like in the boonies, like that you don't have cell phone reception, everything's satellite phones. Yeah, the closest hut I think was a 3-hour hike away. So yeah, even helicopters couldn't get there.
What do you guys
I'm afraid
find?
to die out there.
Oh yeah. What do you guys find more terrifying? But I guess also it could be intriguing. The ocean or space?
Ah.
More terrifying. I mean,
Terrifying
the
space.
ocean.
So terrifying is
Yeah.
X-ray says terrifying space.
I think I
I'd
agree
say
with
the
her.
ocean. Just because I know what's in
yeah.
there for the most part and I don't like it.
Yeah, and I can go in the ocean like I can't go in space.
Well, there's two
Well.
schools of thought, right? So in the ocean, you know there's a crap ton of dangerous things that'll eat you, murder you, or just accidentally kill you. And in space, it's usually like there is an equipment malfunction and you are absolutely and utterly screwed no matter what. So both of them are terrifying, kind of. for different
Or you
reasons.
get an alien on your ship and then wants to kill you.
Oh my gosh.
There is always
and
that
you're-
risk.
And you're not Ripley, so you're not gonna survive.
What if it's like a hot Slaneshi alien though? Then you
No.
die with some, I don't know.
Death by snoo snoo.
Death by
there you go.
snoo, but not the fun, like
Not the not the fun kind, I guess.
they didn't consent. I didn't consent.
So
You just have an excessive death.
yeah, no, I think I gotta go terrifying ocean, but more interesting space. Cause like the fact that the ocean is like on our planet, we still have like literally no idea what's truly down there. That is crazy. Like the fear of the unknown is just, I mean, what is down there farther than we know of? So that's pretty terrifying. And all the animals in, all the, mammals and fish and things down there can be terrifying. But yeah, space is just, I would love to like take a class on space just because I find that stuff so interesting. But do you guys talk about that on Forbidden Frontier X-Ray? Like, is space like a big point of or topic of discussion?
Oh yeah. There is one guy we had on Suspicious Observers who's channel. Basically, if you watch it, it's very like doom gloom, but he watches the sun and kind of reports daily on the activities of the sun, which affect, the Earth, of course, because there's these things called solar flares, and there was one that happened a couple months ago that affected some power grids, and I think people's sanity, to be fair. Yeah, we
Like
we
they
talk
need an
about stuff like
excuse.
that all the time. Oh, and just
It was the one that was like recent, right? That recent solar flare that they were like worried would knock out the internet.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So it did affect, but not as bad, thank God. Because I mean, he basically, the guy who runs it, thinks in, like, say, within 50 years that society as we see it will be non-existent, because once the solar flare happens, where we don't have internet, we don't have power, it's going to be very, what's the word for it, like Walking Dead, food
Mhm.
scarce,
Post-apocalyptic.
a post-apocalyptic world. That's, oof. I've always told Mark, like, in a world like that, I would rather just die right away. But he's
Oh
yeah.
yeah, same.
I've not gone hungry before for more than like a couple hours. I'm not built. I'm too fruity for that world. I don't know how to make food and hunt and gut and skin.
I don't know. I think the indomitable will of the human spirit, I feel like, is pretty resilient and resistant. And so I think just inherently your instinctual motivation would just be survive. So
Oh, it
I
absolutely is, but I
yeah.
don't want to do the things that you're required to do
To
to
survive.
to
I can do
survive.
it, but I don't wanna.
It's not even the hunting part. It's to deal with the people who will take advantage of you and then protect your own, and then we have to fight each other and hurt each other to get resources, and it just, you watched Walking Dead, right? People just were
Pretty crazy if like it
horrible.
actually happened and then Extra Girl comes out like, Furiosa, just crazy, like dominant
Girl
leader
lost
of her
it.
own, leader of her own tribe.
Girl
We'll
bye.
see. We'll see. I don't know. I hope not.
That would be too funny. Real quick, I've got a few super chats to read off. So we've got Patriotic Gestalt for $10. Patriotic Gestalt, thank you so much. That is awesome. Let me get some applause for you here, sir. He says, nice to see Wargamer Girl here. I still remember her Ice Bucket Challenge video, LOL. Oh my goodness. Miranda, do you want to fill us in on that? When was that?
You
Oh
poor
gosh, that
thing.
had to have been like 10 years ago. So, do you remember the ALS bucket challenge?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I participated in that because I mean, I had a friend who's since passed who was affected by that, and so it was just part of like a fundraiser thing. Like, oh, you raise awareness by pouring ice, like a bucket of ice water, on you, to get a sense of the. I guess it was to mimic the feeling that people who have ALS go through. And so I did that, and it ended up being like weirdly popular.
Oh, wow.
But funny enough, that whole internet phenomenon, because it did raise so much money, actually led to some breakthroughs in helping.
That's
cure
awesome.
That. So yeah.
Oh, did it?
That's so rad.
I mean, I don't think it's cured it, but it's led through to some breakthroughs, which is all you can really hope for in the scientific, medical, overregulated, horrible community.
Totally awesome.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, definitely that's an awesome I think that's pretty rad that you did that, and the fact that Patriotic Gestalt remembers you doing that. That's pretty cool. So he must be an OG.
Yeah, I'd say so. Thank you, man.
Yeah, so that's awesome. Thank you for the 10. We've also got Joshua McDonald coming in with a 5. He says, Max, you have more gay check marks than I do. And where's my horn? So Josh and Kyle have this game that they like to play. It started in Dallas when we were doing our meetup, that I have gay tendencies.
I remember this conversation.
So, like, for example, I'm trying to think. like before we went to breakfast, I was like, "Oh, let me change real quick," and they were like, "Dude, you're just in shorts and a t-shirt. Like, just you can just leave." And I was like, "No, I'll put on an actual like nice collared shirt and some pants or something." And they whenever I would do something like that, they'd go, "Check." Because they would be like, "Yep, that's pretty gay, man." So they just started doing
Wow.
that all weekend,
Wow.
and it's just stuck.
Okay.
So
So
What's
what
your
happened
most-
to Metro? Just like, do you remember that? That was a phrase, right? Metro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Metrosexual.
metrosexual. It's like guys that like take good care of themselves. and
yeah,
look nice.
Is that even still used anymore?
I
Probably
don't-
by
No,
ol-
everybody just calls them
well.
like femboys.
yeah, that's the new term. Yep.
Oh,
That's more
much
derogatory,
meaner.
though.
It is. I
Yeah.
prefer the Metro. I think Metro's
Mhm.
better.
Yeah, Metro's kind of like,
We're fashionable.
yeah, they care about their appearance. They're at least Metro in California here was that they're more feminine, but they still have masculine tendencies, but they're just much more into their appearance and their upkeep and their hygiene and things like that, which none of those are a bad thing,
No.
but it can come across as vain or feminine or what have you. So,
Dudes, please keep up with your hygiene.
I was
Please.
gonna say,
The women
Probably-
appreciate it. We don't want to have to like
Yeah.
smell you from the other room.
Oh my
Yes.
god. Yeah. Yeah.
there's a difference
Even if
between
you
like,
don't think you stink, you still need to shower.
yes.
Yes, and
There's-
deodorant.
I think there's a difference between Metro and then just like basic hygiene. So like, just
There's a huge difference.
yeah. So like, guys, you can have basic hygiene and not be Metro. It's fine. I promise.
It's not a threat to your masculinity. To me.
100%.
I
Absolutely.
promise
Actually,
you, there is no
Yeah.
threat whatsoever to your masculinity.
yes.
For you to stay
Um,
clean.
I know. What a concept, eh?
If you ever want to
Um,
wonder why a woman doesn't want to go near you, it's probably because you stink.
Yeah.
Or
There you
you're
go.
an asshole. That too.
That too. Yeah. And then finally, we've got Spirian with a super sticker for $2 and gives us a thumbs up. Guys, thank you so much for the super chats and all the memberships. I really, really appreciate it. We'll get this DJ air horn. This is for all you.
You don't need a DJ air horn when you have
You just have
Oh yeah,
us.
why do why do I need my soundboard? You guys do it way better.
Correct answer.
Always, always.
God. Josh says, well, Max did give a PowerPoint presentation on the decor of the Airbnb and how it could have been better.
Oh my
Wait, hang on
God.
a second.
No
Are
way.
you
Really,
sure you
Max?
shouldn't be trying
Hang on
to
a
pick up
second.
dudes instead?
Really? You're not helping yourself
Please-
right now.
Please elaborate.
There was no PowerPoint, but I did criticize and well, not criticize. I did critique the color scheme and the interior decor of the Airbnb.
Uh-huh.
And what was wrong with it?
So, yeah.
Check.
Oh, multiple checks on that one. So, yeah, no, I was just saying it was like the place that we got was super modern, and I liked that it kept with like a white, gray, black like color scheme with just a couple of hints of like wood browns and things like that. Maybe some beiges, but everything was pretty simple in terms of white, black, gray, and then maybe a hint of like a beige. But then they'd have like blue or red somewhere, and I'd be like, what why did you put this here? That looks so
A pop of
off-putting and it just
color
looked
is
weird.
okay.
Yeah, but
An
it just
accent.
You're like such
Was
a
it an accent
minimalist.
color? Yeah, was it an accent color?
potentially, but no, it was like blue chairs or something. And I was like, what?
Yeah, a pop
why?
of color. That's
Yeah,
fine.
you want a pop color.
Maybe it's like a pillow, but as a full chair, I was like, whoa, that's a statement. So
Maybe that's what they were
That's
going
what they were
for.
going for.
Was a statement chair.
which is why I gave, Kyle, Drew, and Josh a
Oh, never
presentation as to how this could have been done better. So, but yeah, so definitely we can check mark me there because yeah,
He just owns it. Like, nah.
nah, it's fine.
Like, just give me
I-
the check.
I'll own
I
it.
don't think I'll ever have Max over at my house for fear that he judges my decor.
Right?
No, I will judge cleanliness before I judge decor. It's okay.
What?
Then don't come to my house.
No, no, I don't care. I keep my house a
say
certain way, but
that.
like I
You
don't
say
care about
that?
You definitely care.
It's like the JonTron video where he's like, I don't care at all. I definitely don't care. And then he just looks in the camera and he goes, I care immensely.
It's okay to care.
If you have a Kick employee in your chat, Namanjari, what's up? Hi, how you doing?
Hi, Kick.
you
You're
doing?
cool.
Hi,
Good
Kick.
morning, Kick. Good morning, Kick.
Josh says, Steph, you were there. What did you think of the place?
I really liked it. I had no complaints whatsoever. Like, Josh gave me the tour. It was very nice and well put together. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I had
It was.
zero criticisms.
Did you enjoy
Whether
the
Max
popcorn
likes it
color?
or not, she liked it.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
I have to tell you something. You're on the first spot of Kick's front page. Oh, shoot.
Oh, snap.
Nice.
That's pretty dope. Thank you.
Congrats. That's awesome.
Yay.
Thanks, Kick.
Thanks, Kick.
Get it, Kick.
Woad Warrior says,
Building
Morning,
life up.
Max. Headed to an Orc versus Orc 40K match. Coheed concert in a couple weeks. Hell yeah, man. Have a great time at your match. Hopefully, well, Orcs will go WOG, so have fun with that. And the Coheed concert sounds amazing, man. That'll be
Ooh,
a
I'm
great
gonna go to
time.
that.
So, yeah, they're doing one here in SoCal pretty soon, but I don't think I'll have the opportunity to go. I went last year and it was so rad.
I would love to
Um,
go to a Coheed concert. I
It's
got
so-
their
they're
signed
so
vinyl
cool.
whenever I was with y'all at LA.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, because they had the booth there and everything. So I'm glad you were able to get some of that stuff. Did you get like a hoodie too or something like that? I forget what it was.
No, I think I just got
Right.
the I know
Vinyl.
I think Melissa and Gary got something
Melissa
for
got some
Garrett.
stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's what it was. They got like a ton of stuff for Garrett. That's cool.
Ah, the Nerdrotics.
Yeah, Gary's been trending on Twitter, which has been funny to
He
see.
did. He went to bed trending on Twitter.
It was so
That was-
funny because we saw the tweet. Well, I saw the tweet earlier and I was like, that's just silly. And then it got
Oh, it's-
popular or something. I'm like, okay, wow, I get it.
I
Yeah.
didn't
I don't
read the
understand.
thread. I saw what. The only reason I even saw the thread is because Max quote tweeted it, and then I went and like was peeking at the thread before we were getting ready this morning, and I was just like, it's that reply. Sorry you feel that way, or sorry that email reply, that DM reply. I can't remember.
Oh,
his-
where it's like,
Too long, didn't read. Sorry you feel that
Yeah.
Oh,
way.
too long to read. I actually read it. I was just like, oh my gosh, this is dumb.
well, he posted something that was like, Miranda, for context, there was a, reply guy or some, weird bot account that basically said that like Nerdrotic needs to be taken off the platform. He's a danger to society. And it got like 18,000 likes or something. And so everyone has been in his replies being like, you're retarded. That is absolutely not who Gary is. But the things that he was saying why Gary is such a bad person or something was because of his Echo comment. He said, Marvel has gone off the reservation and is
That
going to
one
take a
is
gamble
still
with the
up their
Echo.
assholes.
They,
Jesus fucking Christ!
they have what is it? Gary derangement syndrome.
There you
Like,
go.
Yeah.
and
Same with people
so
without Eric.
Kind of true. Kind of
and
true.
yeah. And so this guy was basically like, this tweet says everything you need to know about this bigoted individual. And I'm like, that's a funny tweet, dude. Like, sorry,
I
but
laughed at it. Wasn't
yeah.
he making fun of like Blue Beetle in
Well,
that tweet that he was like, "This says all you need to know," and he's like, "He's bigoted." It's like I laughed at it. I love it. Let's talk about it.
I thought it was, I forget if it was the Talk About It one or if it was the Echo one where he basically said,
Oh, that's
yeah,
right. Yeah, it was an Echo one. It was an Echo one. But he also put in like the Blue Beetle one too as like proof. Like,
which
man.
is just, let's talk about it. Like, guys, come on.
I thought it was so funny
Fun.
that he's like,
Fun.
"We've given him permission."
Oh my
Uh,
God.
Yeah, when he was like, "We've given him permission to like exist for too long" or something like that. It's like, are you
Oh,
kidding
wow.
me?
What
Yeah,
are
he's
you
very full of
insinuating by
himself.
What are you
that?
talking about?
Projection is very common. Usually people accuse others of what they themselves do. And, I mean, you look at the infantilization of the so-called minorities and, yeah.
Yeah.
When they're like, oh, you're treating them that way, it's like, no, you treated them that way. You leaned into every stupid stereotype and pretended that was representation. And I happen to live in a state which is majority Mexican and has a huge number of reservations. Those people did not give two shits about Blue Beetle or Echo.
100%. It's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, what is it that Jeremy says? The ones who preach the loudest often are the ones who had the most to hide. They tend to be the ones that are the perpetrators the most. And I think people were calling him out because he was like, Gary is he's a rage baiter. And then
This is
everyone was
exactly
like,
what
dude,
this
what are you?
person's fucking doing.
And I was like, so
I know.
what's the point of your tweet? That's exactly what you're trying to do. Like, is to gain attention by, baiting off of Gary's name or whatever. It was just, it's ridiculous. The whole thing is just silly.
He's like a
but-
mosquito. Just swat him, ignore him.
Oh yeah.
He'll implode on himself.
Yeah.
Well,
He's-
it's the
he's
type
been,
of thing that
yeah.
prevents honest conversations from happening, and it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's
But-
in two pieces.
Gary seems perfectly reasonable, like to talk to, so I don't think
That's
I would,
what's so funny.
I mean, I wouldn't
it's like-
follow any of you guys if they actually thought that was like a real problem. So
Right, yeah. And I think a lot of people who, see his videos, they just get triggered by his thumbnails and then they'll watch the video and they'll laugh or they'll go, oh, maybe that's, that is a kind of a good point. And people really come to the realization like, man, this guy just, like, he's become demonized for nothing.
Yeah.
You mean the thumbnails that are made by a minority?
I was about to say, yeah. Little Asian boy made him. He's not
Yeah.
little, but
No, Perry's little.
well, everyone's little compared to me, I suppose.
Oh. Well, he's not little in character and personality. He is one of the coolest dudes ever. He's just a shorter guy.
Shocking.
But yeah, he like all the edits that Perry does, like if you think that that's a white guy doing them, you are not well informed.
Gary doesn't know how to do that.
No. Can't get out of the door
Does.
on a video game.
poor Gary.
Poor
Poor
Gary.
Gary.
He's catching strays right now.
I hope you're watching, Gary.
What the hell?
He's like, oh, you guys are saying such nice things about me, but then we
Wait,
start
wait,
just
Yeah.
bagging on him.
Sometimes
Honestly-
he is watching. You never know.
You never know. It is funny though, because like if I were like I posted something nice on Twitter where I was just like, he's captured the hearts of millions, literally. And has always been genuine with me, and my interactions have always been lovely, and I'm blessed to know him and all this stuff. But in real life, I'd be like, yeah, you're blind as a bat, you old man, or something like that. Like whatever. And I think guys are different because they'll give each other a hard time. But then when they leave, it's like, man, that's a really good dude.
That's the knockaround guy's idea, right? Definitely, it's an
Yeah.
older view of how men would typically interact.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like that with my husband. My husband gives shit to like X-Ray all the time, and then he'll turn around
my
and be like, "That's
God.
good people."
Yeah.
I
Yep.
know.
Yep.
I know. He's like,
I mean, would you have it any other way? Would you have him always like kissing your
no,
ass?
it's amazing. I like that. Oh no, he can kiss my ass. That's fine.
We do both.
I mean, he did feed you a lot while you were here.
Yes.
Mm.
It was equal feeding. Well,
was.
coffee,
It
breakfast, and stuff. I always did the morning.
You kept us caffeinated.
I was like, I feel like they're my wives or my husbands. They're going to work, and I have nothing to do, so
Aw.
I'm gonna be busy.
Wow.
Missing 2 pieces.
I missed waking up to coffee from you.
You know,
Aw.
this one sleeps in a lot. It's impressive, actually.
What?
Sleeping in.
You sleep in quite like well, easily. It's very impressive.
I like my sleep.
Mhm.
I did sleep in until 9:30 this morning, and so I had to hurry up and go get my stream prepped. I was like, shit.
Mm, yeah, I
You
woke
had
up
East
so
Coast
early.
time.
The
It's early for Max, right? Because he's up at
oh,
7.
he's up at like 5
Yeah,
a.m.
that-
Like sometimes I'll get texts from him super early in the morning. He's fine.
Yeah, it's okay. Sleeping in for me is like I'll wake up at like this morning I woke up at 6, and that's sleeping in for me. So this is a fun morning for me. I look forward to it.
Max
Yeah.
is a psychopath.
What do you
Confirmed.
go to bed then?
Oh, I'm an old man. I go to bed like I'm in bed by 9:30.
Okay. So you're still getting like a reasonable night's sleep.
I mean, I'll
I
still go to
think
bed
so.
early and I still sleep in.
Yeah. That's I like that view better.
Like I said,
Yeah.
impressive. Because like I'll wake up at, oh well, actually I remember when we were in Dallas the first year, I would wake up when he wakes up because I'm a very light sleeper. We'd have coffee while Kara sleeps in a little bit, and then he goes off to the con while I just like hang out.
You didn't
No.
have to
Okay.
wait for me.
Oh no, I just didn't want to leave. He wanted to go. I didn't want to go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
X-ray still had to get ready and like I was already, up and showered and like
He needed to get signatures, comics,
oh yeah.
so.
We did finally
Max is
announce that
already
we're going to
up.
be
He
at
ran, like, 10
Space
miles.
Con.
Which one?
It's gone.
I'm so excited for SpaceCon. Oh,
Yeah.
I gotta check in with
Super
Melissa
fun.
about that. Get an actual date.
I
Mm.
didn't know about this. So yeah, Kara, could you talk a little bit more? When is SpaceCon? What are you guys going to be bringing, or do you have any
Yes.
like?
So
deets?
Rippaverse is going to have a booth at Space Con. It's in San Antonio, Texas. And it'll be October 20... let me see. October 25th to the 27th.
Nice.
And so we're going
Yes.
to have all the books. We're going to have some talent there. We haven't announced who the talent is that's going to be there. But it'll be a good time.
It'll be Kara. That's the talent.
It'll be
She's
fun.
a
No.
Are you, are
I'll,
you guys
I'll,
the
f-
booth
I'll
babes
fly out
for
there
it?
for that. Yeah.
Wait,
They
what
got
was
Is that
that?
booth babes.
allowed? Is that allowed anymore?
That
I
better
hope
cut.
so. I mean,
I mean, Kara and Kara are the booth babes.
yes.
Just saying. And
I
I'm
don't
sure
know about
both of them
that.
are gonna
That's
be
what the Saskas are for.
But all y'all are booth babes. Shush you.
Yeah, whatever happened to that? Like, Comic-Con used to be full of booth babes
Because they
because
started,
you'd get
because all the fat bitches started shaming the hot chicks. They're like, you don't
Yeah.
need them to bring people to your booth.
I don't
How
feel
dare
represented.
you demean these women?
they're getting it's altruistic. They're getting paid, okay? They're
It's a
both
transactional
something.
thing. They
Yes.
do this because they want to, and so we are providing them an opportunity to come and make money.
There you go.
Yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
if boys like it, it's not okay. P.S. Sex work is real work.
Yeah.
I
Boys
I
like
got
it.
pissed after the whole NASCAR one. 'Cause
Oh, okay.
because they stopped having like the hot flag girls.
Oh, really?
You
Well,
took
if you
away a
walk
girl's
Fast and
job.
Furious, that's not true.
Dang.
No, and that's the big thing is like, oh, you want to sit here and say that you're uplifting women while also taking like quite literally taking their jobs away.
Yeah, because it's not actually about
It's within their terms, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, obviously.
We're doing this
Yeah.
for the greater good. No, you're doing this because you're a petty little shithead.
Well, yeah, isn't
what's your
that-
definition of greater good there, Del?
Yeah.
Their own greater good.
Right.
My
What they
greater
deem,
good.
yeah.
They've been
What they
trained to
deem to be
think
it.
that this is okay. They've been brainwashed. Nah, maybe they're
Yeah.
just hot and realize that they can make money off of it. It's the same people who are just like, oh, well, I'm going to have an OnlyFans and like people who uplift the OnlyFans model but belittle anybody who's actually on like TV or at an event and just like,
Yeah, that's wild when it's like
Low standards.
you've got like a woman who maybe wants to look a little bit more conservative, like her. I heard there's a woman who was getting married to like a soccer player or a football player, and she wore a very conservative looking dress where she didn't show cleavage, and it
yeah.
was, and
Yeah.
people just
You got
spat
shamed
on.
for it.
Yeah, they were just like
Mhm.
disgusted, and they were just like, "Oh, she's just trying to virtue signal, or she looks terrible in this dress, and she's blah blah blah." But they will gladly go out there and promote degeneracy from like women who just sleep around with whatever that moves, and it's just like we are so backwards right now.
it's
Part of
Part of the
disgusting.
demoralization process. Yeah. But I remember hearing
mom
about that. It was a
thinking-
really pretty dress.
I
Oh,
loved
it
her
looked-
dress. It was modest. It was really pretty, and she didn't wear that dress was
That was
only
just
for the
one
ceremony.
dress. That was
Yeah,
one
she
dress.
wore a different one to the reception.
There were some
yeah.
more risque dresses, so they obviously just do enough
They
research.
saw that one and then jumped at the opportunity because that's
Yeah.
what people do.
on the
Yeah.
internet. Yep.
Well,
Mhm.
there's a lot of insecurity,
I wish I
right?
could have
Oh,
the
definitely.
people were all over her because it's like, oh well, you're telling other women how to live their life by wearing that and saying that
Oh
you
my
want them to want
god.
it.
So
It
what are
is.
you doing right now?
Yeah, right.
Everything you do, if it's online, is you suddenly representing X group and saying you need to live like this, which
Yeah.
does bring a bit of concern when you are specifically promoting degeneracy.
Yeah.
I have finished my bonsai tree.
Yay.
Has the
Congratulations.
bonsai ever really finished though?
Well, I can either do the green leaves or these pretty cherry blossom trees. I wish I could
Bonsai.
combine it and do both, but I can't. Mm-mm-mm, mm-mm-mm.
Wait a minute,
It's
that's the
Mm.
Lego plant, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Lego plant.
Oh yeah. That's been a big old trend.
I love Legos.
Mhm.
I do
So-
too.
I actually did a poll to see what type of crafts people like the most, of like what they like to see me do during these streams, and Legos was the winner.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Legos are a lot of fun. I have I ordered a table, a different table, and I have a camera
Oh, cool.
and my old microphone, so that way I can start building the Avengers Tower because there's no way I can do the tower like on my
Oh,
desk
that'll
right
be
here.
so cool.
I'm so excited for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. That'll be awesome.
I'm excited.
I'm gonna
Are
make
you
sure
displaying
that
your Legos anywhere at your house?
Yeah, so like all of the flowers and stuff that I build or all the plants, they're like out in the living room area. They're all out there. There's some like Harry Potter builds that are out in the living room too on my TV stand. Some of them are in this room on a shelf and some of them are behind me. It just depends. But so I have like the Lego Harry Potter, the Hogwarts Express. I'm gonna put that on my bookshelf next to Harry Potter books. I can't wait for that.
That
Why do you
was
guys
cool.
think that Lego does so well on these streams?
There is a
Is it a-
fascination with watching fine motor skills performed on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
can see
watching
that.
cooking videos.
Chat,
very
tell me,
true.
why do you like Legos? Is it because the IPs? Is it just because they're fairly like simple, and it's something that anybody can do.
I wonder if it's
No idea.
therapeutic watching something being created from nothing, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Or like watching something being put together.
That's why I like
Yeah.
my puzzles. Like
Exactly.
Legos are just a puzzle.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like a 3D puzzle. There you go.
Yeah. My husband teases me all the time how I always have to get my little hands into everything and build shit or fix shit.
The cherry blossoms look like. Oh,
You
that's
picked
so pretty.
puzzles, Risket?
I like it.
I like puzzles. I like this
Ooh.
puzzle too, even though it's a little overwhelming because it's a big ass fucking puzzle.
Yeah.
Puzzles are great. They're good for your brain
Dexterity, apparently.
and dexterity to an extent. Legos are fun. It's funny, as a Warhammer player, I can't justify the cost of Legos, so I'll never hear anything crap about
I know they're
Warhammer
so
stuff.
expensive.
I know.
Well, they have
I like the
the,
big sets.
They have the Deku Tree, the Legend of Zelda Deku Tree one now, and I was like, oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. Oh, who am I kidding? I'm not gonna get that. But it is.
Oh,
I wanted to get the Dark Falcon and I missed out on it, so now I think it's on back order. I missed it because I wasn't in town and I completely forgot about it. So I missed.
Are
the
they
Dark
always
Falcon.
limited sets, or can you eventually
No.
get them again?
Mm-mm.
Okay, okay.
Well, some of them are like they'll retire them after a while. But I wanted to get it right away.
Yeah. Do you have a huge backlog of Legos then to assemble?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Oh no.
I need to purchase more, but like you said, they're just so expensive.
Yep.
It's just
And they go by so quick too.
yeah, I can typically get through one in like a stream or two. Like I
mhm.
did all of
Right.
my Pikachu ones. I think I have one more Pikachu.
Yeah. You went through your Pikachu one so quickly. I started feeling ashamed. I was like, oh my gosh, I build so slow.
Aw,
I do. I build
There's
too
something
fast.
wrong with me.
Lego shame.
Like, oh my gosh, I'm going way too slow. I need to start building faster. Okay, I kind of like the cherry blossom better.
Yeah,
But
maybe-
see,
I think I have one
the way
more
that looks.
Lego.
Steph, what's nice is that you didn't tell Kara that she needs to build slower. You know, you weren't like, I feel Lego shamed. Kara, you need to stop building Legos good, like, you know, better, or you need to stop being so fast at Legos or something. You're just like, oh, I'm just gonna continue to go at my own pace. So
I know. I'm
Oh, I
just
did
slow.
do
I'll
this
accept
one.
it.
Dang it, I am totally
love
out of
that-
Legos.
I love that they use
Uh-oh.
pink frogs for the cherry blossoms. It's so cute. Look at the pink
I can't
frogs.
wait to. I'm gonna rewatch your stream, Steph, and so that I can see what you're working on, because I didn't get a chance to pull up the kick stream. But yeah,
That's okay.
Oh,
It's
that's why.
pretty.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hokies, thank you for the member message. Says hi, Kara, X-Ray, MVP, and
Boy.
War Gamer Girl.
I
Cheers.
finally finished
you.
the edges on this, and so this is a big boy. This is a big motherfucker.
heck yeah. Yeah, he's chunk.
I like a big boy.
Size queens.
Eyes queen.
A big boy.
Yes, big boy.
What is this
No
about
shame.
a Razer laptop? I have a Razer laptop, but this one is shit. Well, this is a replacement of a replacement. Because I will say, do not buy Razer laptops. Because
Oh,
yeah, don't buy Razer laptops. I've had 2 of them go out already.
oh
Yikes.
What
no.
fails? The processor or something?
It's in the motherboard. Basically, like I don't know what it is that happens, but basically it'll just stop turning on. It won't accept any power. Like I'll have it
Oh.
plugged in. It won't turn on. It's just
Oh wow.
And this is like the one I have is like a $2,500 laptop.
Mhm.
Damn.
And it went out after like I think like 4 months.
Was it under
Wow.
warranty?
This is the one I had. It's the Razer Blade 14. It's just because Andrew in the chat, Caffeinated Wolf, he has basically the same laptop I have right now, which is an MSI, the MSI Pulse. I have had really good luck with that one, but this laptop is one that I'd actually shown X-Ray as like an option because I knew she was looking for like a better travel laptop. And I was just, after looking into it a bit more, I was like, I don't feel comfortable selling this to you because it's not a reliable laptop.
Well, because
So
you
I was
need
like,
it for editing and everything, right? It needs to be powerful enough to do that.
I'm sorry?
It needs to be powerful enough to edit with, right?
That
And
and
a
it's just not
whole lot of
reliable.
stuff.
Like this is a very common issue that that I was reading into. Is like there's dozens of people who had the exact same problem that had reported it on like Reddit and through MSI, and the fact that they haven't addressed it really is ridiculous.
Wow, yeah, especially if it's like a known issue like that being reported multiple places.
Yeah.
Real quick, I just wanted to give a shout out to Man of War 665, Neighbor of the Beast. He says, for 26 months of a membership, dude, you are crushing it. Thank you, sir. He says, what twatter gossip? What's next? Mimosas and spin art?
Please?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
I'm
Sounds
okay
about
with
right.
that. Can we have like a special edition Sunday stream where we're all just drinking?
I would
Oh,
love
that'd be
that.
fun. All right, a
Let's do that.
brunch.
Mimosas in the morning.
Yes.
I don't know,
Momo-
guys. A mimosa at 7 o'clock California time might be a little early.
It's okay. You're an adult.
That's not
No.
that is not in the spirit of this, Max. How dare you?
You're right. I'm sorry.
You should be more
No, let's-
accommodating to the women and their wishes.
And this is y'all's space, so this is the women's space now. There are a suspicious amount of women on the stream this morning, so I will say. We've also got Josh McDonald. He says, I shit on my closest friends all the time. I've got Princess Priestley,
gross.
Tranny Travis, and they're the best dudes I know. Well, thank you, sir. I
Aw, that's
appreciate
so
that.
cute.
That's so sweet.
Josh, I think you're forgetting MaxiPad in there as well. That's another one that people love to give Maxi Poo and Maxi.
Oh,
Mhm.
I
So,
like calling it
and then-
Maxi-Poo.
Maxi Poo's a good. I'll accept Maxi Poo, but MaxiPad is like, oof, that one's not too fun. And then the last one from Josh for $2. He says, "Your boy Zach just dropped a video about the Gary situation." Ooh, well, I will listen to that right after this stream. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it, Josh.
Is
Thank
it
you guys
positive
so much.
or negative? Ooh.
Ooh, that's the
It's a
question, right?
question. That's the
Yeah,
question.
so
That's the
Um,
question.
we will see, because your boy Zach used to do a ton of comic reviews about SJW activists like taking over the industry, but now he's kind of he's lost it, and now he's like completely turned his channel into anti-SJW videos. So now it's like a lot of it is, look at how many fake nerds there are within the anti-SJW space, is what he calls it. So it's been interesting. So we'll see what he says about the Gary situation. But yeah,
What do you
just
guys
wanted
think-
to thank you guys. So yeah.
Have you guys been like keeping up to date on all of the Mr. Beast drama?
No.
I
No, actually.
have not seen anything recent. All I know is that I haven't liked them for a while, and so it's really funny to kind of see a lot of this stuff come out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to be their landlord.
oh,
No.
No
Did you
way.
really?
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
was their
God.
landlord whenever I lived in Greenville. They rented a warehouse from us.
Oh my gosh.
So I've dealt with them, and I've like ran into them throughout town multiple times. I mean, one of my best friends was engaged to one of the guys on the team.
Oh my gosh.
So
in-game?
I
Like, it didn't
have
work
a
out,
lot
or-
of insider information, and I knew a lot of bad things that have happened, and so
Mhm.
Wow.
and I
What?
know a lot of very a lot of things that could honestly look really bad for Jimmy in particular. So
Damn.
I
What do you
just
think about the people that say like,
I just I don't know. It's very interesting to see all this stuff come out. I will
So when you're
say
listening
be
to it, are you seeing like a
careful.
lot of it?
I
Yeah.
will say be careful from everybody that you're seeing that has worked for Mr. Beast in the past. Uh, everybody is involved in a lot of bad shit in that company, so just be careful.
Mm.
No
it's
innocence.
interesting.
Wow.
All right.
So-
I
Yeah,
changed.
Oh, go ahead,
What do you
Seth.
think about the people that say Mr. Beast can't be at fault because he does a lot of philanthropy?
I think that
You can't
none of
hold him
that's
at
actually
fault
his
because
idea.
he does so much good for the world. Like that's
That doesn't mean that you're a good person.
No, that means that he has tapped a market that he realizes eats this shit up. Yes, he has done some good for the world, but it does not mean that he, like you said, it does not mean that he is a good person. I don't think it means that he's quite. I think it means that he's a businessman, and his business is his YouTube, and that type of content fuels his YouTube. And a lot of this stuff is not his idea.
Well, and even so, if you're doing it and that's a positive, which is great, it's not necessarily a currency that you use to levy against the bad things you have done. They're separately weighed, I would think.
Absolutely.
Well, he's-
No.
yeah. You would think so. Look, I put the cherry blossoms on the bonsai tree. I actually like this a lot better than the green one.
Aww.
It's cute.
But yeah, so
Yeah, I
I'm
like
just
the
sitting
green.
back and watching and giggling.
That's interesting. I'm looking forward to Dogpack. I think that's his name, Dogpack 404, Dogman 404. I can't remember. I'm looking forward to his next video because his next video is about Mr. Beast's philanthropy. Before his first one, kind of like dipped into that just a little bit, but it was mostly about like faking videos and
Isn't
introducing
that the guy who had
kids
the
to
cease and
gambling.
desist sent to him?
Yes, yeah, he got like 2 of them. Yeah, he got 2 of them. So, but his next video is going to be all about Mr. Beast's philanthropy and exposing that, which is, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm looking forward to that video. 'Cause he's not stopping. He's like, no, nothing I'm saying violates my NDA. And he's gone on like multiple channels and done interviews with them, and he's like, everything that I am exposing and talking about is all publicly available information. If they didn't do anything wrong, then why are they taking the streams down that I'm referencing in my video? If they're not doing anything wrong, why am I being sent an NDA saying that I'm breaking my NDA and giving out insider secrets when I'm not? But everything that I'm saying, if that's an insider secret, then everything I'm saying is true. Like,
Yeah.
Like how? And that guy's got like 305 million subs. So I mean, that's a titan that's being attacked right now.
oh, he's the biggest YouTuber in the world. It's crazy. Yeah.
What did someone
I
say?
actually
He like
I used to watch Mr. Beast a lot. I used to watch his videos. My favorite ones were
Oh.
Chandler and Jake the Viking, which is really funny. That
I don't think I've
Chandler
ever
is
watched.
now- No?
Yeah, no, I don't think I've even seen a clip of a Mr. Beast video like ever.
They're usually
Which
on
is wild.
Facebook for me when
Oh.
I've seen them.
Yeah, I have no idea. I am going to have to dip out here, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's already past
Mhm.
noon.
Oh, is it? Oh
Yeah.
gosh, I
need
didn't even
food
realize.
before we all scream at each other and Az fires us multiple times.
Well, he is probably going to still, yeah. regardless.
Yeah, he's gonna. I'm curious to see how many times he.
Who's gonna be mad? Who's he gonna be more mad at, me or you? And I honestly do think it's gonna be me, unless you decide to be a little instigator. Which you
I
have
don't know
done
what you're
before.
talking about. I don't instigate.
No, are you sure? I think that's what you
No.
learned from your husband.
I married the instigator. I'm not the instigator.
Oh.
Russ says, so a normal Sunday fun day then.
No, this is gonna be worse. I promise you,
Oh
in
my
the best
goodness.
way possible.
How fun.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys get? What
Um,
does everyone have going on the rest of the day?
Later on, I'll be live again on Kick and Twitch playing Chained Together with Jay Hailstorm and 2 other people.
Nice.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
That
gonna
would
be
be awesome.
If
great.
we can I think he's rounding up the other 2 people, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna do that later on today. We're gonna play Chained Together, so I need to download that game. We're
Yeah,
gonna have a lot of
small
fun.
game,
I
so.
told him, I'm like, dude, I am terrible, so good luck.
Jay won't yell at you though. At the very least.
What time is that, Steph?
I think he wants to do it at 3:00 Eastern. So
Eastern?
That's
Okay.
when it'll be, yeah. So in
Cool.
a couple of hours, and then later on, me and Mara have Talk Nerdy on my channel.
Nice.
Oh, perfect. All right, so you got a busy day as well. Nice.
Busy day.
I have.
X-Ray and Kara, yeah.
Yeah, we've
Sunday
got
Fun Day.
Sunday Fun Day, and that starts in about 50 minutes. So I'll be redirecting my chat to the next stream. And then after that, I will be on George the Giant Slayer's channel for Slayer Nation.
Ooh.
Are
Excellent.
you leaving early again?
I'm not
for that
leaving early. I
business?
told him I
Okay.
would show up after Chained Together.
Okay, because I was gonna say.
Oh, yeah.
Betrayal.
There.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm not going anywhere.
Oh wait, are you guys playing Chained Together on Sunday Fun Day?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to watch. I need to watch because
Just to see how
know
bad
the
it
game,
could get.
but I know the game, but I haven't actually watched an actual playthrough of it. So I need to watch y'all stream so I can get a sense of what I'm gonna be doing.
It's gonna be
gotta-
I
so
told
good.
I told Disbrew too. I was like, Disbrew, we have to play Chained Together.
You
Oh
gotta
my-
get all
well,
the
uh,
pro
Me and
strap.
you. I
Okay, I
want
was
to be
gonna
an
say.
expert gamer and a total noob like me. We've got to do it.
I love Disbrew. I would be afraid to get yelled at by it.
Oh my
I don't
god.
care. I don't care. I would laugh every time. I would just laugh. I think it would be so funny. I think it'd be
I can
so
hear my
funny.
husband
Just 'cause, every time
upstairs
you got upset
listening
and
to our
nervous,
stream.
I would just laugh.
That would
But,
be Chained
yes.
Together sounds wild. But very fun. So
Max, what are you doing?
So tonight we're gonna do Max's Man Cave at 6 p.m. Pacific, and we will be talking about the Gary situation. So we're gonna go through the tweet thread. So if you guys want to hear about what's kind of going on there, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about San Diego Comic-Con, and also that Colin Kaepernick, the famous grifter, has now grifted in the comic book industry. He just spent $4 million to make an AI comic book company. So that's gotten a lot of people upset within the industry because they have groveled at his feet for the past, decade. And now they're like, you're not our hero anymore. So that's quite the interesting dilemma. So we'll talk about all that stuff tonight. And then, Miranda, do you have anything going on either tonight or this week that we can come visit you on?
Not specifically streaming tonight. I will have my live show on Wednesday. That's 6:30 Mountain Standard Time, so it's 8:30 Eastern Time, and that'll be
Cool.
on Fast Fashion and Wargaming. So we'll be talking about that today. I'm going to be learning about Chained Together for the first time. I'm going to go play with my friend here and see if we can't
Nice.
still be friends by the end of that stream.
Oh,
Oh my
nice.
gosh.
Have fun.
But X-Ray Girl or whoever else is interested, we all need to play Dark Tide because that's so fun, and I don't suck at it.
Ooh.
Really?
Ooh, okay.
We
I'll
will-
play
we
with
will
you. I have
talk.
no idea
We will
what
Sounds
talk.
that
like I'm gonna be replaced.
Oh, no.
it's-
Oh, no.
Aw.
I just think it would be fun. I've got my
I
list.
have
wanna
no
play
idea
more
what it is,
games.
I'll play it.
Excellent. So we should definitely hook that up.
Sweet.
All right. Chat, love you. We'll see you guys next time.
All right. Bye,
Yes,
chat.
bye.
Thanks
Inviting
for
me, I
coming out
appreciate-
today.
Appreciate
Oh,
you
you're
having
so
me on.
welcome.
Yes, thank you
See
so
you
much for joining
later.
us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you. We loved
Welcome.
having you. So, chat, let us know if you'd like to see Miranda back. But yeah, we'll stay in the Discord, Miranda. So we'll go ahead and log off on our live streams. But we'll see chat. We'll see you guys later today.